So these are what a man is made of. A man is made of ideas. A man is made out of dreams. A man is born into goals. And when he gets to a certain stage where he needs to put that to work, he begins to work. But that doesn't change the fact that he needs to work so hard, but yet gain very little. He's still working, he's still striving so hard, he's still praying and fasting and hitting his head from left to right. A man is being starved of sleep because he cannot see himself making it the way he wants to, based on the fact that he can see the world the way it is, and yet he feels that the entire world is against him for not finding him. He goes out every day, he works so hard, but yet the only thing he can afford is a meal for himself. And so, therefore, he cannot settle down because he can't feed two, he can feed only one. And by the time he's able to afford to feed two, he cannot buy himself a new shirt. He cannot buy himself a proper shoe. And so he continues to work hard. At this time, the man probably would have gone through the entire processes that got him that far. But yet he hasn't been able to find his feet. Somehow, during his hustle, during his struggle, during his suffering, the man gets help. He gets help from someone who is wealthy enough in mind and in spirit and in commitment to help. It doesn't really matter how. The man has been gifted with the idea to seed wealth from where it is. The man has been told where wealth was held. So he picks up his armor, equips himself, and heads straight to save wealth. He goes into this place, destroys every obstacle around him, as he has been told. He saves wealth and takes wealth home. Wealth becomes his friend. Wealth becomes his own. He owns wealth now. He can make wealth happen. So the man gets to a point where he can now afford the things he wants. The world has come closer to him. The world is now very little. He can afford to do anything he wants to do. He can afford to buy whatever he wants to buy. He can afford to settle down. So a man decides to settle down, get a wife, get a family, build a house, buy cars, 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, get his big friends, build his goals again, rebuild his goals and rebuild his goals and continue to build his goals the more because he can afford to do all of that. And at some point in time, he gets wealthy to a point where people begin to queue behind him for support. Now, he needs to help people because from what nature brings to the table of a wealthy man, he needs to at least eat. He needs to at least eat and afford to have leftovers without minding who